Back in 2020, Timbo Cook said arrivederci to Intel-based macOS machines, ushering in a new era of computing with the in-house made Apple Silicon M1 chip. This was a game changer with a massive leap in performance and efficiency. This super thin laptop destroyed its previous generation Intel-based machines and replaced my old custom PC and PC laptop, albeit from like 2011. So how does the first M1 MacBook Air hold up in terms of battery life and performance in 2025? TLDR, very well. Stick around if you want to hear about my experiences, good and bad, and if picking this up secondhand is a wise purchase, especially over the new M4 MacBook Air. It comes in blue. Wow. What's up everyone? I'm Jonathan from Jopa Tech, and I'm kind of back. Yeah. Life has been crazy the last couple years, and, well, yeah, it is a wild ride, and it's going to be like that probably for the rest of my life, like all of us. For all of you subscribers who stuck around or just forgot to unsubscribe to me, thank you. It really means a lot to me. But don't unsubscribe now. Just, stick around. Jokes aside, let's check out my 2020 M1 MacBook Air in 2025. By the way, if you want to learn more about the M1 MacBook Air and all of its specs, I made a couple videos a couple years ago when I got the machine and even a 1-year update. So go ahead and, watch those videos wherever the heck they appear over here, or click the link. But yeah, check them out. So how relevant is the M1 in 2025 now that the MacBook Air comes with the new M4 chip and, as I mentioned, a blue color and has Apple Intelligence right out of the box? Well, very relevant still. Sure, my M1 Air might be down to 2 times slower according to Apple testing, but is it worth the high price tag over a used M1? Which, mind you, can be found online for around 500 to 750 Canadian dollars in decent condition, which is still on the high side for a 5-year-old piece of tech, but this M1 is like a Toyota Corolla. Holds its value, performs well from A to B, and gives no BS. So why buy a new one at $1399? Let's talk about performance and battery. Naturally, these are 2 important factors to consider when purchasing any used piece of tech. Do you need to replace the battery? Can it run the latest software to get the job done? Will you have to fork out a few extra bucks to get this thing running smooth again, etc.? Looking at my MacBook Air's original battery life, I'm sitting at a healthy 94%. I easily get an entire day of mixed use, and with my wife's account quietly running 4,000 tabs in the background somewhere. My mixed use for the last couple of years has included mostly YouTube, web browsing, and some Microsoft Office-based apps. Yeah, I'm not a heavy user. My wife has her account on this MacBook Air, and as I mentioned, full of tabs. Like, too many tabs. Thankfully, she has her own laptop and uses mine occasionally. Most of the time, I'm not looking for a charger until middle of the next day. So I'll take a day and a half of usage out of an old machine. It's not bad. When it comes to performance, my M1 Air still runs butter smooth. The 8 GB of unified memory holds up well and hasn't caused me any hiccups or headaches. Lifting up my screen wakes up the laptop to exactly where I left off the previous night. Having multiple apps open and running in the background doesn't even show its ugly side. That includes my Brave browser with a few tabs open, Spotify, Messages, and Outlook. It isn't a heavy strain to be fair, so performance is always nice for me. And if what I described sounds like you, I bet the allure of a used M1 has taken hold. You're probably checking Marketplace right now, aren't you? No judgments here. Just do you. Sure, the new model has 16 GB of RAM for its base option, but maybe that's why it's only up to 2 times faster. I mean, yeah, the M4 chip is quick, but not necessarily for my use. Let's go over some of the likes and dislikes of my M1 MacBook Air. Likes. Performance and battery life. Duh. Portability. Ease of use. The keyboard and trackpad. The display. The speakers. This list of likes is quite general, and most, if not all users, say the same thing, so I won't go into detail about those likes in this video. Remember, these points alone are enough for someone to make any purchase. And for my dislikes. The display size, overall dimensions of the laptop, lack of MagSafe charging, and lack of internal storage. Okay, so these dislikes definitely hit me after a couple years of using my M1 MacBook Air. Regarding the display, I have no problem with the actual screen. It's crisp, clear, and colors look great. My gripe is with the size. Running 2 apps side by side really shrinks down the window. You have to zoom in on the page just to see what the heck you're doing. This also bleeds into my gripe with the overall dimensions of my M1 Air. I have larger hands, and after all these years of use, I really do feel confined on the base of the laptop. If you have big hands and or require some screen real estate, I implore you to look for the 15-inch MacBook Air. That size was not available with the M1 chip, however, more recent Air models were redesigned and include the 15-inch screen. I played around with one at the Apple Store and it felt nice to use. Opening up apps side by side or top and bottom was much easier to see at arm's length than my 13-inch screen. Oh yeah, lack of MagSafe charging. What the fuck, Apple? What made you think it was a good idea to introduce your new M1 Silicon in a laptop that splits its charging between two USB-C ports? Now I'm forced to purchase a dongle, and connect other things through there. Yeah, the M2 Air and newer all come with the MagSafe charging and two USB-C ports. It doesn't totally bother me, but it might give you some problems. So just something to think about if you have a lot of peripherals that you need plugged in. Regarding the overall storage of my machine at only 256 gigabytes, yeah, purchase yourself an external SSD or hard drive. Apple charges way too much for extra storage and it's soldered onto the motherboard, so not an easy upgrade. Apple's way or the highway, I guess. iCloud can work too if you already have that. One more thing to subscribe to, eh? Something to get you. Now the question you're all wondering, should you spend your hard-earned cash on a used M1 over an M4 MacBook Air, which comes in blue? Yes, of course you should. If the 13-inch screen, lack of MagSafe charging, and low internal storage does not bother you, then this is a great secondhand purchase. You can save yourself quite a few dollars over a new or newer MacBook Air, which can be used towards a battery replacement if required, some USB-C dongles, or external storage. Now, remember, you can spend a little more and grab yourself an M1 with the upgraded features like RAM and storage, but since the price increase is astronomical for extra RAM and storage when purchased new, you may not find many upgraded M1s on the used market, or any at a decent price. In that case, put the extra cash towards a newer model. Heck, save a couple bucks and get yourself the 15-inch. It is true indeed, the M1 MacBook Air remains a solid choice for anybody looking for a small, lightweight, and efficient laptop that will please their wallet. It's not the newest or most powerful, but you wouldn't be watching this video if that's what you're after. For everyday basic use, or even for a high school student, I think the M1 MacBook Air is a great little machine that can be yours at a fair price. And as far as I'm aware, the M1 chip should still see many more years of updates and support from Apple. Just one more thing to consider. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button below and be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment if you have an M1 and what you like or dislike about it. I'm curious to know your thoughts, and if you're in the market for used M1 and have some questions, ask away in the comments below. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Jonathan from Jopatech, and until AI takes over, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Day and a half of battery usage for any new MacBook. What did I write here? And most of all, should you buy one in 2020? What the heck year is it? Blue.